What up, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here today. Today we have an exciting video. Well, I say that every video, so like what video of mine is not exciting, right? Hopefully it brings a little spice to your days when you see these videos pop up. I have a Costco haul for you, and then also one of my friends on Instagram had asked me for a little bit of insight into how I basically eliminate food waste because she struggles with throwing things away. That also used to be a massive struggle of mine, and I'm still not perfect about it. There are still times that I throw some food away, but I have found several methods throughout the years that I've kind of compiled together. None of these things are revolutionary, okay? They're things that are out floating in the internet, but sometimes you just need somebody else to kind of compile the thoughts or even just inspire you to do your own thing. That's kind of what's happened with me. I've seen a technique on how somebody does it, and that inspires me to do it in my own version. So hopefully I can provide the same for you today. It's enough that I have seen a significant savings in our overall grocery budget, as well as the volume of food that we throw away. So it's worth sharing, and like I said, maybe it just inspires you to figure out your own tips and tricks that work for you and your family. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and giving me a chance by clicking on that thumbnail today. My name is Kate. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 boys under the age of 2. And over here I share mostly haul videos, but I usually try to sprinkle in some hacks or recipes or something just to make your life a little bit easier. I try to keep it just fun and real and raw over here. So if that is your vibe, please subscribe. Now, just like Costco, if you want to sample the merchandise before you subscribe, I don't blame you. Please feel free to check out any of my other videos. I just recently posted a grocery haul, which I will have tagged down below, and it's probably popping up on the screen for you. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, my friends, we got one of our favorites. I know you're excited. We got a Costco haul. I went in with a goal of spending only $200. Let's play Price is Right. You tell me in the comments, what did I spend? Pretzel crisps, always in this house. I was honestly supposed to also get tortilla chips, but I totally forgot, so oh well. Caramel s'more clusters. Listen, whenever they pull these from the stores is going to be simultaneously the best and worst day of my life because I will no longer be tempted, but also my soul will be taken away from me. I got a 3-pack of organic raw honey. We ran out of that. I got a 2-pack. Actually, I got a two-pack. That's hurting my brain, but you guys get it. I got 2 packages of 2 packs of English muffins because we are literally addicted to making breakfast sandwiches. I shared that in my last Costco haul video, which will be linked down below and it probably popping up on the screen for you. Over here, for the first time in forever, name that movie, they had sliced cheddar. I think that I complained about this in the last Costco video because they only had like Munster, which actually was good, but I just wanted them to have cheddar. I said that, I'm pretty sure, in the video. So someone at Costco corporate must have been like, Kate, you know, that's a great suggestion. Let's bring that in for you. You know what I mean? That absolutely did not happen, but wouldn't it be cool if it did? I got a 2-pack of shredded cheddar cheese. We finally ran out of my freezer stock. I got a thing of Parmesan because we were getting dangerously low. And in this house, I don't mess around when it comes to the inventory of my Parmesan cheese, okay? Over here, if you guys have not tried this brand, Amy Lou, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. You need to. If you see this in your Costco, or I don't know if it's sold in regular stores, something about these sausages from this brand. Actually, I also tried chicken burgers from them, and it was delicious. The seasoning is perfect. It's not overdone. It's not underdone. It's just perfect. And these are really easy to just pop in the air fryer for a quick breakfast. Another one that's great, which everybody pretty much knows about because I see people talk about it all the time, is Idell's. I don't know. You let me know how that's pronounced. This is the teriyaki and pineapple. Amy Lou had a basil and Parmesan meatball situation, but I already have some Italian meatballs from my last Costco trip, so I figured I'd go with the teriyaki because I've actually been making this really delicious teriyaki meatball ramen situation in the crock pot. Maybe I'll get around to filming it, hopefully, and it's like a super fast and easy meal. These are honestly just good as they are with some green beans and rice or whatever you want to do. Delicious. I try to not get myself too many random things when I go to Costco, but today I saw this crab dip and it was just calling my name. That's what happens when you go and you're hungry. I probably wouldn't have picked this up otherwise, but I was hungry when I went. Here's some information about it. John doesn't like crab, so it's going to just be me eating it. And, you know, this is probably one of those things where you have to eat it within a certain time after opening. Let's take a look. So this one, you can either eat it cold or you can heat it up. It doesn't say anything about once you open it, you have to eat it within a certain amount of time. But my guess is it's crab, so if I ate it, I would probably need to eat it within a couple days. We'll see. Anyways, that's that. Green beans. We went to Disney World, and my son cracks me up. I am blessed with a unicorn of a child. I have no explanation. I have no credit that I can take for why he is the way he is, but he eats, knocking on wood, pretty much anything. We went to Disney World. I got him salmon, French fries, and green beans. And he ate the green beans more than he ate anything else. He was eating the green beans like most kids would eat French fries. Like, he was all about the green beans. So I grabbed some to have here. I also grabbed a big thing of spring mix and a big thing of baby spinach. These were great the last time I got them. The spinach, I was throwing in like everything. I saw a hack that if you're making pasta, you put the baby spinach in the bottom of the strainer and then pour the pasta over it, and then the pasta water will just go ahead and cook the baby spinach. I thought that was genius, but then the next time when I did it, what I did was I put it directly in the pasta water for the last minute that the pasta was cooking to al dente. I just stirred it in and then drained it, and it still did the same thing, but it was like a little bit easier for me. Over here, the spring mix is going to just be for salads. I got a huge thing of eggs. I now have 3 babies/toddlers eating eggs, so 5 dozen cage-free eggs. I got 3 packs of 3 half-gallon milks. This is the type of milk I usually like to grab. And then I got a thing of formula. We are phasing out formula, basically, but the twins are not in love with whole milk, so I'm just keeping this for my mama heart. You know what I mean? I just want to have a backup. And then last but not least, I did get a rotisserie chicken. Cluck, cluck. This is just going to be for tomorrow night's dinner probably, so I don't have to think much. I might throw together like some enchiladas or something like that, who knows, but I did get a chicken. So that is everything from Costco. I hope you left your comment down below and guessed how much I spent. So my goal was to spend $200. I spent $201. So a few of the strategies that I use when it comes to eliminating food waste is maximizing the usage of my freezers. I did film some freezer tours for you guys, so I will take you through both of my freezers. I have a freezer that's attached to my fridge that is in the kitchen, this one right behind me. And then I also have a stand-up freezer out in the garage. My stand-up freezer was one of the best purchases I made. I should have listed that in my 2023 top picks, but whatever. It was, I think, either $2.99 or $3.99, something like that at Costco. I want to say the brand is Hampton Bay, possibly. But anyways, it's a stand-up freezer and it has drawers in it. When I was living in Virginia and in Hawaii, I had chest freezers. And I loved them because they gave me the opportunity to freeze items. But they were very difficult to manage inventory because of the fact that they were so deep, and half the time I would forget what was at the bottom. I'm generally an organized person. Even with my organizational skills that I have, I still could not ever figure out a way to make that work really well. Eventually, I'd love to get in there with my label maker, you know, and like be like proteins, cheeses, breads. But we're just not in that season of life, and that's okay. So for now, we're just making do with what we have. And then I'm just gonna show you guys a few random things that I do that I've found works really well for minimizing food waste. Okay, so this freezer is not at peak organization level right now because we actually have a 22-pound turkey taking up a bunch of real estate. But I wanted to show you guys just kind of like my, I don't know, system when it comes to freezing things. So I have this like divider tray. I kind of have individually wrapped meats over here. So I've got some fish towards the back. I have like a chorizo. I have some Italian sausage. And then in the back, you can see we just have some like Pedialyte pops for the kids. I have like a yogurt drink that I froze for Oliver, and then some of those little Dole Whip things that were not that great from the grocery store. Then over here we have like our already prepped meals. John can take these out the night before and then bring them to work, you know. I also have like a prepped shoyu chicken in a freezer bag. This is not cooked, just needs to be dropped like in the crock pot after it thaws. And then in the bottom there, I have a fully cooked thing of some type of a soup. Over here, we've got just some like Trader Joe's convenience convenience items. And then in the back, I just had some random cheeses that I froze. And I'm gonna insert a clip right now talking about cheese in the freezer. Okay, guys, I have this big thing of feta cheese that I got at Costco, which you can see I've only used this much of it. This, you'll see, is notated, best diffused by March 31st. However, up here in very tiny letters on most of your products that are dairy related, you will notice that it says to maintain freshness, use within 7 days after opening. So even though the expiration is March 31st of 2024, I popped this open like 3 days ago. I know that in the next 4 days, I'm not gonna end up using this up. So I am going to freeze this. Now, I could just freeze this entire block, but I know that I only use a little bit at a time. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna portion this out, because if I freeze the cheese, then I would need to defrost the entire cheese block. But instead, I'm gonna separate it into 6 little sections. That way, when I need to take this out, I can go ahead and just take off one of the sections, or take out one of the sections. And then I'm going to store it in a Ziploc bag. You could also, if you wanted to be really extra, you could like saran wrap. I'm just gonna count on the Ziploc. So we're just gonna write on here feta. I don't know why this doesn't want to write. And today is 1/10/23. The reason I wrote a date on it is because I try to use up any of my freezer items within 6 months of me freezing it. Even if you wrap it really well, they're gonna start getting the freezer burn and things like that. It could be you're supposed to do it within 3 months. Who knows? We're just doing our best out here. So this now is gonna go into the freezer, and this is just one example. I would also do this with, let's say I had a huge block of cheddar cheese. Before freezing it, I would cut it up in the portions that I know I'm gonna use. If you knew that you have a very large family, or you have a specific recipe where a big block of feta cheese would be used, you don't have to take that extra step. Now down at the bottom, we have that 22-pound turkey. I have like some random Trader Joe's items. I made beans from like the full way, where you soak them overnight and then cook them and all of that stuff. So those are stored there. Meatballs, some of those Starbucks egg bites. Over here, you can see an abundance of bananas. Anytime my bananas are getting like very close to being done, if I don't have time to make like banana bread or oatmeal pancakes or something, I will stick them in the freezer and they're perfect. And then I also have some strawberries with the same reason. I have some Veggie Scraps, which we'll talk about in this video, and then just some random frozen vegetables and fruits from the grocery store in Costco. Okay, so out in my garage, I have this awesome stand-up freezer. And there used to be a rhyme and reason to most of these drawers, but it's just turned into kind of like mayhem at this point. But up top, you can see I make a lot of soups, and I put them in like these deli soup containers. I don't fill them the entire way, and then I stick them in the freezer. And then what John does is the night before he goes to work, he takes this out and puts it in the fridge, and then takes it to work, sticks it in the fridge at work, and then by lunch it's mostly thawed out, if not all the way thawed out. I have some bread up here. I also have butter. This isn't one that I don't think people realize you can just like toss right in the freezer. So when I buy these big things of butter at Costco, I toss them right in here. I do the same thing with cream cheese, and I've never once had an issue with like the consistency. I bake with it, cook with it, everything like that. So that's that. Then over here, I have a bunch of meat. So we have some chicken breasts. We have some ground beef in the back. I have a bag of, oh, this is a rotisserie chicken that I froze because I want to make chicken stock out of it, and I was running out of time. Over here, ground turkey. And then in the bottom, I just have some potato rolls. Here is a lot of English muffins and our ice packs for when we need a cooler. Over here, I have some prepped meals. These are actually Lau Lau that one of my friends brought me, and I need to definitely eat through those because of all of the meals in the entire world, Lau Lau is my absolute favorite. And then over here, some more prepped meals that I made. So this is like an entire lunch. So same thing, John can take it out of the freezer the night before to take it to work. I have cheese down here, so I have an entire bag. You can see I just throw the entire bag of cheddar cheese. So this comes in a 2-pack at Costco, and I take one, put it in my fridge, and take the other and stick it in the freezer. That way it does not go bad. I don't forget about it, all that good stuff. I just take it out the night before that I need it. So if I notice that the first bag is starting to run low, I will just grab this out for myself. I just have some random something, toasted ravioli that I got at the store. Feta, same thing, just threw it right in there. And then I have like turkey bacon and pancetta. And then over here, we have, what do we get down here? Meatballs and some fish fillets here. And then last but not least is just a drawer of more bread. So there's more English muffins and some of this Trader Joe's pumpkin brioche bread. This makes a very good French toast. Even if you don't like pumpkin, the pumpkin flavor is not too heavy. So I got this freezer at Costco for like $3.99. If you ever see it, grab it because it is so much better than a chest freezer. I will tell you that right now. Okay, and in this video, since we're discussing food waste, I want to talk about this little pile of scraps I have over here. So these are all of the leftover pieces of vegetables that I'm not going to be using. One thing that I do is I keep a Ziploc bag in the freezer of veggie scraps just like this. Of like, you know, the bottom parts of celery, the bottom parts of carrots, and in here we have the bell peppers and onions. I keep that in my freezer and I just keep filling it up. And then when I have like a rotisserie chicken from Costco, I take those veggie scraps and I make myself a chicken stock. So that is one way to not waste a bunch of this food. All right, you guys, I have this very simple hack that I've done, and it's not perfect. I'm sure there's a million other ways you could do this, but I like to keep things simple. I have a dry erase magnet on the side of my fridge, so it is not out of sight, out of mind. This is one of the things I see every single day, every single time I walk in the kitchen, and I simply have 3 categories: produce to use, meals prepped, and meals planned. The produce to use could easily be ingredients to use. So if you know you have ground beef that needs to get used up or whatever, you could list it there. Meals prepped, these are the ones I've already made for myself. So myself or John knows the inventory inside the fridge and can grab it. And then meals planned. Meals planned to me means I already have the ingredients for these items inside my fridge. They are ready to go. So if I get to the middle of the week and I'm like, what am I gonna have for dinner tonight? I already have the ingredients for those items here. I like this better than being like, Monday will be this, Tuesday will be this, Wednesday will be this. Because there's some nights when I'm gonna be in a light mood, so I'm gonna want a jarred salad. There's gonna be other nights when maybe I feel like takeout and like egg roll in a bowl would hit that for me. You know what I mean? The only wish that I have is I wish that this was a wet erase board, because the intensity of the markers is inconsistent. But this is just, like I said, a very simple hack that has made a big difference for me. You could list snacks on there. You could list what you have in your freezer that you want to use up, anything. Like, this could be used in a million different ways, but this is just the way that I've used it for, I don't know, 5 years now. And like, I've had variations of it, but just in general, it's a way to see that I have these products that need to get used up, and it eliminates food waste like you would not believe. One of the other hacks I've shared before is that I no longer keep snacks or condiments on this side of my fridge. I keep produce that needs to be used up inside the fridge. Now, we have a lot of produce right now because we went to Costco, so I do have some that's inside this drawer right here that's all been washed and is ready to go. But the ones that are like these apples have been around for a while, so I'm trying to eat them up along with these cuties. So I'm trying to eat those up. These are like ready to go. Also, I rarely ever keep avocado mash on hand, but I got it for the twins, so I don't want to forget this exists, so I put it here. If you need mayonnaise, you're gonna go to mayonnaise specifically, so that can be in a drawer. You don't need to see it. The items that you know you'll forget about, those ones should be like nice and easy to see. So I love this hack of putting things on the door. It usually is a lot more like actually like filled up with various different types of produce, but this is just kind of like real life. This is what it looks like right now. All right, you guys, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it with me. I hope I delivered whatever you were looking for when you clicked on the thumbnail. I hope you can walk away with some tips and tricks to eliminating food waste, or maybe you just saw some awesome items you want to pick up at Costco. Whatever it is, I hope I did it for you. And if you have some time to give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it so much. I hope you all have a magical day. Bye.